Hi there, it's Jo here, back with another pick a card reading, and this pick a card reading is all about the big changes that you can expect in 2021. So get yourself ready, grab a cup of tea, and we'll jump straight into the cards. So our 4 piles today represent big changes in 2021. So we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. And as with any pick a card, it's about letting your third eye, letting your intuition pick the pile that is right for you. If you like to choose with crystals, I'm going to put some crystals on now. Black tourmaline for pile 1. We have beautiful tiger eye for pile 2. We have the desert rose for pile 3. And for pile 4, we have a piece of sodalite. So now, again, just relax. Let your third eye, let your intuition guide you to the pile that's right for you. And there may be more than one pile, so just allow that information to come through. And then you'll find that there are timestamps below in the description box. And hopefully I've also pinned that in the comments. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and also give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. I will see you in your reading. So here we have pile 1. So big changes coming in 2021 for you, pile 1. So there's a lot of golden light that I'm being drawn to. So lots of sort of self-esteem and issues around the self are going to be resolved in 2021. So we have the Page of Pentacles. So some messages coming around finances and earthly sort of grounded things. So how you earn a wage, how you earn money, investments, those sorts of things, your home. There's a message coming for you that is around sort of very grounded nature. So your home, your family, and very much quite possibly around your work and how you earn a living. The next card is the 7 of Swords, and it's in the reverse position. And with this card, I really want to talk about your belief that someone has got away with something. Like you have this belief that somebody has got away with something, and this card is showing up that belief in you, and I feel like it's holding you back and it's tying you to the past, and I feel like it's time to let that go for your own progression, for your own self and self-worth. And I talked about self-esteem being a big issue for you this year. Then we have the 4 of Swords. So we've got 2 swords cards. So lots of mental energy happening for you as well. Now, there's lots of ways that that card can be read, but for me today, it's talking about rest and relaxation and even a meditation practice. But it's like finding somewhere that is like sacred for you and spending time in that location. And that's the thing that'll rest and recharge you. There is going to be a big mental shift for you in 2021, and that's going to be a big change. And it could be that this work or financial situation around the home, so it may not be that. You could be someone who works from home. There's this element of the two being linked. But it's kind of like you're letting something go. You're letting an old belief go that is something that you may have had from a really young age. It's something that you believe about certain things, and it could be that you believe about finances, that you have this belief around finances that restricts you because you believe that only certain people get the wealth and the money and stuff like that. Whatever that belief is, because it'll be different for all of you, it's about letting it go, because at the moment it's something that's blocking your self-esteem. It's blocking your abundance that's coming to you. And by changing that way of thinking, you allow this new energy to come into your life for 2021. The Page of Pentacles is bringing this promise. Well, it's not a promise, but he's bringing you news of this opportunity that's coming for you. But it's like you have to reframe how you think about things. It's like, the Hangman here, he's He's hanging suspended so that he can have a different view on how things work. And what I'm seeing is that this time of rest is really important too. So the Hangman's talking to us about changing your perspective, about flipping things and really putting them on their heads. And this card is really talking about that too. This card is really talking about changing your perspective, because whatever this belief is, it's actually keeping you stuck. It's keeping you in the past. And so in 2021, there is an opportunity. And the reason why I'm saying the opportunity is because you need to do the work to make this happen. And you also have a very grounded protective stone. So it is very much about the earth plane and what happens on the earth plane. And for a lot of you, that's going to be around the idea of money, how to earn it, and how to be more financially secure. So let's bring in some oracle cards to have a look at what else is happening. Whoops, daisies. What else is happening for you? So some great cards to enhance what we're talking about. Get ready for a big breakthrough, butterfly. And it's all about transformation. And I'm seeing that brilliant blue there. So I'm feeling that once you're, and again, we've got the yellow, and yellow is all about mental energy. And it feels like once you've had this change of belief, this is the big breakthrough coming for you, that your throat chakra is going to also sort of clear up. The words I want to use are come online, and you're going to be able to voice the things that you really need to voice to move forward in life. We have rabbit and fertility. So your creativity is at its peak. A great card for abundance and these self-esteem. These cards here feel like there's a lot of abundance themes, I suppose is what I want to say. Bringing in some more cards for you. I've got some more cards sitting in my hands, so we're just going to see how we can fit them all in. So we've got go the distance, we've got focus, and we've got soulmates. So I want to talk to the focus first, because it feels like you've been really scattered. It feels like there's been a lot of demands on your time, your mental abilities, which is, really why I'm seeing this make a sacred place for yourself. And your focus hasn't been able to be on the things that you have wanted it to be on or that you've needed it to be on. So in 2021, you're going to have that time, but it's you have to invest in the time, to make the time so that you can focus. And with this focus, you'll be able to achieve the things you want to achieve. Go the distance is right next to you, which is showing you the finish flag. It's telling you you're almost there. You're making leaps and bounds, and this is moving a lot quicker than you thought it would. The thing about that is you may have thought in the past that it was going very, very slowly. And what they're letting you know is that you're so close. Keep going the distance. Keep having that faith that things are changing, that you are really investing in yourself and your beliefs, and you're investigating them. Soulmates has come up to talk to you. So this could be about your partner, but it can also be about yourself. And it's about this idea of soulmates is unlocking something either within yourself or within somebody else or within a partnership that feeds you, that sustains you. And it's not because it's of codependence. It's more along the lines of that you each have something to give, and that is it's a balanced approach. You support each other. When the one is up, the other one supports and, brings that person back into balance. And you do that for each other. You can lean on each other. It's not about a one-sided relationship. And it feels like for me that you're going to have some balance come in what I want to say is your financial relationships. So for some of you it will be romantic, but there is a great focus here on finance. So your financial relationships are going to come into balance. They're going to become more reciprocal. There's going to be a give and take. It's not going to be as it was. And that's because you're changing your focus. So we have more animal spirits coming in for you at the moment. We have hummingbird spirit, be here now. I'm just making sure you can see those. We have koala spirit, spirit has a plan. Love that one. Hummingbird spirit is in the reverse position. So this is talking to you about your need to be everywhere and your need to attend to all the scattered energy around you. Now, if you're the provider for the family, or if you're the person that keeps everyone shit together, they're the words I, really wanted to use, or sort of guided to use, then it can be difficult to stay focused, to be here now for your own stuff. But Spirit wants you to know that in 2021, there's going to be lots of reminders for you, and it's not because you're being punished, it's because you're being reminded. It's time for you to remember. It's time for you to remember. Spirit has a plan, and each time you're reminded, it's simply a reminder. Don't see it as anything else. Your distraction or your removal off your path or from your focus is simply a reminder for you to come back. It's just a gentle reminder. Keep bringing your focus back. Like if you're learning meditation, a gentle reminder is your mind wandering. You want to bring it back so that you can stay focused. Spirit has the plan, trust the plan, and it's right next to go the distance. So you're really coming very close to completing a karmic cycle is what this mental energy, this abundance, this self-esteem energy is talking about. So the big changes for you are all about you shifting a karmic cycle around money, self-esteem, and self-worth. Then we have our spirit, you see clearly now. And I love this one here because it's a very, very gentle energy, and it's about, that spirit message, and it's coming from spirit. And these animals, I feel that they're really beautiful together because they're both that sort of white grey. And it's that reminder of spirit. It's that reminder of that other element that we don't see every single day. But it's reminding you that when you connect to that other thing, that ether, that intangible, that's the thing that'll help you go the distance. That's the thing that'll support you with a plan. That's the thing that's going to enable you to focus, because it's going to remind you to be here and be now. So much stuff is happening for you in 2021. I've got 2 more cards for you to sort of just to draw out the message a little bit more. And one is about truth and integrity, and we've got that yellow again, and we've got that light from spirit. We've got summer is really calling out for me. So whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, summer is going to be a big time of transition, and I do feel like there is this need for you to go within and to practice meditation or yoga or something that is going to feed your spirit and your mind. Such a lot of yellow energy and going within, inner world. So maybe you want to get a boji stone. I don't really know. Maybe you want to get a boji stone. That might be helpful. But it's all about looking at the inner planes, going within. And this for me also feels like it's going to help with your fertility and creativity. So it'll help bring out more of the abundance, more of who you are into the world, which is what Spirit wants to help you with. Spirit wants to help you bring your true self out into the world. So 2021 for you, there's going to be big changes around your self-esteem, your finances, or the way that you receive money in the world. Your need to look at things differently. So there is a big change for you coming around how you look at things, how you see wealth, how you see finances, all those sorts of things. And a time for you to find some sacred space to stay focused and bring in a meditation or another spiritual practice that really feeds your growth. Could be Qigong, yoga, whatever it might be for you. But there is a a deep grounding that's needed, because there's a lot of earthly energy here, and it's very much about living on this level and making it a more spiritual place, a more creative place for you, one that's more financially abundant, but knowing that Spirit has a plan and that you're completing this karmic cycle for yourself around self-esteem. And you'll see some big changes with family and friends around that too. Thanks for joining me today. If you got some value out of this, please give it a thumbs up. Please like, share and subscribe if you think others might too. Hi, pile 2. If you chose the tiger eye, then this pile is for you. So we've got big changes coming up in 2021, and we want to get an idea of what's happening. So the King of Cups there is there for a couple of different reasons. One reason could be that you're going to meet somebody who is like this, so is very emotionally secure, very at ease, talking about emotions and their feelings, and to me this is also a very grounded person. Even though they're sitting on the water, it's like they know that the emotions, come and go, but it's a person who understands that, and so they don't get rocked by their emotions. They're stable and strong, and they're able to ride these waves, because if you want to be good at understanding your emotions and things like that, you want to be relaxed and calm and not responding to every single thing. So this could be that you're going to meet someone who, has these characteristics, or this is going to be some qualities that you bring into your life. So it's a masculine impression in your life or expression in your life. So it could be that you become more capable of surfing those emotions in your own life, that you're able to weather the storms better, and it's like you bring in this knowledge, awareness and understanding for yourself that you're capable of doing it, and so things become easier for you to handle. So there's those two options. One is it's about yourself, and the other one is that there is someone new coming into your life who fits that bill. That could be work, romantic, whatever it is. So it's someone just to keep an eye out for. A lot of you, that'll be a personal expression of you developing. The Hermit is coming into you, that Spirit wants you to take time for a spiritual practice. They want you to go within. They want you, and for some of you, this could be that you find a spiritual mentor, but for all of you, it is time to let the divine lead, to let the divine show you where to go. And I'm being really drawn to the white and the purity of the white. So it's about connecting to that divine spark within yourself. So it doesn't have to be that you you don't have to start a new religious practice or anything like that. This can be a meditation card. This can be, I want to say yoga, but I feel like that's a bit of a stretch for this. But if your yoga practice is very yin and it's very much about going within, then yes, that's okay. Qigong, something like that. This is the Six of Pentacles, and this card can talk about many different things. It can be that you are a receiver of some financial funds. It could be that you're sharing your wealth and balancing out the scales. Either way, this is a card about giving and receiving. This is a card about sharing what you have, whether that means that it's going to come to you. For some of you, that'll be spot on. For others, it'll be you deciding that you're going to share what you have because you realize how abundant and how much you actually have to give to others. So there's two ways this card is showing up. One of those will be, the way that it is for you, and it could be that both of those things happen in 2021. 2021 with this card. This is the Five of Pentacles, and it talks about, charity at times. It also talks of institutions. So for me, this card is talking about you potentially feeling left out or out in the cold from institutions that you may have held a lot of have held in esteem in the past, whether this be a school, a church, a group that you're involved in, a social group, like your family could even be your family. There's going to be this element of you feeling like you've been ostracized or left out. I'm going to pull another card about that one because I would like to clarify that situation. So if we could clarify the Five of Pentacles for group 2, please. Okay, yep. Great card. Not great, but, great card to help us explain what's happening. So there is going to be a bit of a loss around an institution in your life, and that you can read that in any way, shape or form. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there because it is an institution. But what this card is talking about is, yes, there's going to be something that you need to let go of, but you also need to remember that behind you, there are also 2 cups. You have not lost everything. So it's kind of like, don't allow yourself to go down that path of feeling sorry for yourself. And both of these cards are 5s. So that's about change. And it can be sudden change too. So look out for a sudden change now that we've got the 2 5s. But there is definitely a loss happening here, and it's around institutions. So keep an eye out for that, but realize that all is not lost, because even though there are some cups that have fallen over, there are 2 cups behind you that show you what you still have. And it's about picking up the pieces and moving on from there, not allowing yourself to become too down in the dumps. So let's bring in the other oracle cards that we have here. And we have Pelican, forgiveness, let go of your judgments. Raven, magic, own your own power. And that card, both of these cards feel like they're very related to this. They actually feel, and they're sorry about that move, they are anchoring on both sides of this. Whatever this loss is actually a big, big change in your life, and a change for the better. Spirit never takes anything from us without there being, a reason for it. And they never take anything from us, full stop. Things leave our lives when it's time. And this Pelican is about forgiveness and letting go of your judgments. Your judgments can be that I needed that thing in my life and I don't want it to go. Your judgment can be that thing was right for me. And Spirit is coming up to show you that actually there is magic in your life, and it's about time for you to see it. Own your own power, understand how strong you are, and don't give power to things, to objects, to things in your life. Let's bring in some more oracle cards here. Let's see if we got... Let's see. Oh yeah, we've got more room than I thought we had. Oh, love it. Love what these cards are bringing in for you, actually. I do. Keep that there. So we have By the Book, which Spirit wants to talk to you about. There are times when life feels like a bit of a game, where, you can see that there's an inconsistency or something that's not right, which is possibly what's going to go on over here. But it's like, just follow the leader. In this circumstance, just follow the leader. This is an 11. This is a master number. This is an important thing for you to understand. There are times when you just need to go by the book, follow the rules. It doesn't matter if they don't seem right to you. Later on, you'll understand why you were meant to follow those rules that didn't seem like the right thing for you to do. Eagle, observation, is coming underneath the Hermit, which is really key. For you, when you go into this, this practice of finding your light, you're going to be alerted, and we've got lots of winged messengers coming in here for you. You're going to have this ability to get above and see things that you were not able to see before. And this happy card is coming in to show you that whatever it is that you lose, you do not need it. You're going to feel much better in 2021. because of this big change that's coming here. You're going to be much happier. And this is also coming under this card of giving and taking, of giving and receiving. So that feels like it's going to bring in a lot of happiness for you too. We've got some more cards coming in. Let's see if I can fit them in. We've got Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. Eagle Spirit and Eagle here. So, and we've got Raven and Pelican. So a massive amount of spiritual energy is coming in for you. This idea of transforming your everyday into a more spiritual way of being really sort of feels like it's key for you in 2021. It's like, you know, I want to bring this down a little bit here, the Hermit, because you can't see it that well, but the Hermit's, you know, it's a really strong, reflective energy for you. It's a real spiritual energy. It's about reconnecting with, to this spiritual realm, to this spiritual idea, and Spirit has your back. And perhaps you might want to connect to the energy of Eagle medicine, and, you know, read a bit more about what Eagle is about, because I feel that Eagle has come in quite strongly for you today. And they're all very dark coloured birds. So again, maybe you want to notice some blackbirds, and it could be that, you know, you notice them in big flocks, you may notice them in fours, whatever it is you notice. Just notice what it is. Observation. Take notice of these things, because these things are going to be the things that slowly build up and allow you to see things differently. You have Fox Spirit, think on your feet, and this is definitely related to this, but it's also, it adds up to a 9. This is a completion of a cycle for you. For you, there feels like quite a loss around this. Like I said before, it's going to bring in a lot of creativity, happiness, and you're going to reclaim your own power, because you may have given too much of your power away to an institution. And that could even be the media. You know, like, it's that, think of the word institution in a really broad terms. So I'm going to bring in the final cards for you now. We have Unconditional Love, which I absolutely love, Mother Mary. And then we have Creativity, and that's about fire. So it feels like there's no transformational cards here. There's no, you know, well, there is, but in the sense that there's no actual card that speaks of transformation. These cards here are alluding to it, but there is going to be quite a transformation for you. So this idea of creativity coming with that fiery element, you know, like, you have to burn through things to then get to the treasure, or to illuminate what it is that's hidden for you at this time. This connection with, and we've got a 33 here, and I think this card below was an 11. So that's like tripled the energy of these ideas for you. And it's like master numbers allow you to know that you're on track, that you're doing the right thing, that you're, you know, that your guides and everybody else who is supporting you, your higher self, the divine, is noticing what you do. They're sending you messages. Unconditional love, this is for yourself. This is the aspect for you to connect into. This idea of spirit, this idea of a mentor, this idea of a spiritual teacher. And this could be the same person. This actually could be the same person that, you know, this spiritual teacher could be this person that is very much, and I want to say yang, and what I mean by that is it could be a female that is very, very yang. There's someone who's filled with strength and vitality and the things that you may associate with a male. But we have Mother Mary as well. So it will be someone who is very balanced in their emotions and spirituality, like in all areas of their life. That's all I'm seeing for pile 2 today, and for the big changes coming in. So you've got some really interesting energies coming up in 2021. If you've got some value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've really enjoyed it, please like, share and subscribe. And send it to people who might also enjoy it. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it and hope to see you again in the future. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the Desert Rose, then this is your pile. This is your reading today for big changes coming in 2021. So we have the 7 of Cups, and this card often talks about us being indecisive, and what I feel like this card is talking about for you is that you're going to have lots of options coming up in 2021, where in the past you may have actually felt like you have had very limited options, or you felt like you were restricted or stuck or something like that. 2021 is bringing many more options, and it may actually cause you to feel really indecisive. However, the idea that the flow of the energy is starting to come for you, I feel like is a very good thing. So if it does get to the point where, it feels like there's too much on offer, don't go into your mind and start overthinking it. And it's more about being in your body and being present and feeling what it is. And this card here this Desert Rose is very good for anxiety and overthinking. So, you might want to use some of that when those choices become really overwhelming, or if they become overwhelming. The next card we have here is Justice card. And this to me actually feels very related to this card. It feels to me that you're going to find a system that you use to help you decide which things are right for you. Because you see the scales that she has, they're not the same for everybody. When justice is meted out, some people believe that that's an injustice, and other people believe that that is a just, decision. So for you, this card is coming up to show you that before you may have felt stuck and stifled. These are the words that I'm being asked to use. But now there's going to be so much coming, because you're actually starting to become, come into your own. You're actually starting to allow things to be freed up so things will flow. And that, they want to tell you, is a really awesome thing. This is not a bad thing. This is great for you. But this is about learning about yourself, learning discernment. Which are the right things for you? Which ones feel right for me? Which ones make my body feel better? Which ones allow me to feel balanced? So it's kind of like you need to bring in this awareness, this sort of Libran energy of keeping things in balance when you come up with all of these options that are going to come up for you in 2021. And that is going to be a big change for a lot of you, because I feel like there's been a lot of stuck energy around you, and it's going to feel really different in your body. But there's this part here is the part, it's like the next step. So the first step, and you can see there's a step in front of her. The first step is all the things appearing in front of you, which is awesome. The next step is for you to realize that it's not about what those things appear to be for others, because some of those things, like the head coming out of there, like, what are those things? These things we can tell they're, riches supposed to be. Is this, like a university degree? What are these things? These things appear differently to everybody. And this is about what these things do for you. How do they make you feel? What sort of balance? How is this coming into balance for you? And that's the important thing about all these choices that you're going to have come up in 2021. And then we have 2 knights, both coming in the upright position, one filled with purity and light, this beautiful white horse and the white background. And it's all about the cups. So it's about emotional fulfillment and emotional stability. So, all of these things coming to you, they're on offer. And, he's moving quite slowly, so it's not a fast-paced change coming up for you, but there is this winged element to him. So he, there is some motion, there is some movement, and this for me is all about your emotional fulfillment and your emotional happiness. And he is talking about that, and he could be a person. That this could be, a man that represents these things for you, for some of you. For others of you, this will be an internal development, as in, you will grow and change. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, who is not moving. He's very stationary, and he feels like the end of a cycle for you. What it feels like is that he's teaching you about abundance and those earthly pleasures, or not just pleasures. It sounds like I'm talking about one, or specific things. I'm not. What I mean is the fulfillment of us on an earthly plane. And I feel like he's coming, it's like he's like a bookend. He's like a stopping point. It feels like when you're identifying with, you're filling your emotional cup up with understanding emotionally what makes you feel good, because this is all about what makes you feel good, what makes you feel balanced, what makes you feel right in your body, that you'll then come to realize that the things in the earthly plane, or like things like money, wealth, our home, our finances, our career, all of those things, they matter, but how we feel matters more. If we have the best job but we hate it, then it's not the best job for us. If we have what appears to be on the outside the best life, but it doesn't feel that way to us, then it's about choosing the cup that fills us up, choosing the cup that feels like real wealth to us, real abundance. And this is what it feels like, and it does actually feel like this is your year. So, which the other groups have not had that feeling about them, but this for me really feels like this is the last quarter of the year, and it can actually be all the way right up to the very end of 2021 for you, that this progression, this idea manifests, in that it matters if you only have one thing, if that one thing fills you up completely and fills your every pore of your being, every cell of your being, it's much more valuable than having all of these things and none of them feeling like they're right to you, none of them actually meaning anything to you. And so I feel quite emotional talking about this, because I feel like your emotional development in 2021, you fill your own cup up because you start listening to what things feel like for you. And that is a really big change for you. So let's bring in some oracle cards and see what else we've got happening for you. I might move those up a little bit. Some really kind of dramatic colours, and then the very, very soft pastels coming in there. And, with that lightning, that's all about change. And I like that. I like that idea. It also adds up to a 10 or a 1, which can be, the end of a cycle and the beginning. And this definitely feels like the end of a cycle. But an end of a cycle is always a beginning as well. The lightning is showing that this is a very big change for you to go through. Now, a lot of the other groups had lots of individual changes, different things coming, different people coming in or whatever. For you, this is a progression in the year, and it's a very internal one, and one that's been very, very needed in your life, and it's going to make a big, big difference. It is going to feel like a massive change, and that for me feels like it's going to feel like several big lightning claps or thunderbolts through the year. It's not going to be one massive one. Feels like it's going to be maybe 3. No idea why the 3 came in, but that's what it feels like. It feels like 3 dramatic changes in the year. So, you can wait and see how that pans out. We have peace and decisiveness. They're both sitting around this card that's all about indecision. That's all about having too many choices. Make a decision and take the appropriate action. And this is kind of like the key. It's decisiveness, it's justice, because justice can mean many different things, but balance is the thing that we really want to bring into our lives. And if you have a look at this antelope, it's all browns and whites, and there is an equilibrium coming into play here in the animal. And so this decisiveness for you is going to be, perhaps you're someone who's always been indecisive. I don't know, but I know that there's been quite a lot of blocks for you around things. We also have peace sitting underneath this. So these cards here are all related to this indecisiveness. With the peace card, we have an egg, and an egg represents something birthing or being birthed into our lives. We also have the dove, which is usually a messenger, and it can be, just a messenger. It doesn't have to be a messenger of peace. However, this card talks about peace. But what I feel this card is relating to with this energy here, the indecisiveness, changes, and what is birthed within you is this peace that you have never known, because you have been someone who struggles with making decisions, with believing in themselves. So the decision is not the problem. The problem, or the challenge, should I say, not problem, is that you haven't believed in yourself enough to make the decisions that were right for you. This is the massive change that is coming in your life. Your life is going to be dramatically changed because you're going to believe in yourself. You're going to believe in what is wonderful about you. So we have poised, and poised is right under the Knight of Pentacles, which we've already talked about. This is you poised to change. To find the exquisite happiness that comes with knowing who you are, which comes from the understanding of balancing both of these, your emotions and your ideas of what abundance is and what is good for you, what is balanced for you. And then we have Swan, which is all about grace. Appreciate the beauty inside and all around you. These cards here are really talking about this internal change that you're going to go through. And it's going to feel pretty amazing. So let's bring in some more cards for you. I've got more animal energies coming in. Sorry, I'm just laughing so loud into that thing, but that is just amazing. Antelope spirit. So we've got antelope spirit. Life is speeding up. Now, when I see this card, yes, antelope can be a fast animal, but this card always talks to me about DNA and a big shift inside our bodies. And it's a 2, which is very, very balanced. And again, so this is coming back to the Justice, which is an 11, which is in a 2 as well. So I really feel like you need to look up antelope and really get into what that animal spirit energy is about, and medicine for you. I feel it's really important. I'm going to look it up when we're finished. And I feel this speeding up for you is this progression, okay? Because before you've been so stuck. So I don't see this as being so fast that you're out of control. But then Brown Bear does talk to us about taking some time out. So, and that again is the 9, which is down this end of completion. So when you are going through these lightning bolt changes, take some time out for you so that you feel grounded, that you feel like, you can process whatever that thing is that has come in for you. There's need for progress, processing it so that it doesn't overwhelm you, doesn't, take the wind out of your sails is how they want me to say it. This is talking about sacred healing, and this whole reading feels like sacred healing for me, for you. You may want to, work with a drum. You may want to work with some malachite. You may want to have a healing. And inner wisdom. This is definitely you connecting to your inner wisdom. This is definitely you understanding, believing, and connecting to who you are. And again, she's balanced, she is Mother Gaia. She knows exactly what she's doing. She knows why she's doing it, and she knows how it makes her feel, because she's very, very connected to her emotions, to her feelings. Wow, big changes coming up for you in 2021. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I think this is an amazing reading for you. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel to please help get it out there in front of other people. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Hi, pile 4. If you chose the blue sodalite, then this is your reading for big changes in 2021. And before we get stuck into your cards, what I'm feeling is that there is some communication stuff coming up for you. Feels almost as if there's a block between your brain and your throat chakra, or the connection between the two is challenged, stifled. There's a few different words that I want to think about there, but there's definitely this, it's almost miscommunication, but not exactly. So whether you've been challenged around that, or whether that's something that's going to come up, that'll be different for each of you. So what are the changes coming, the big changes coming in 2021? So we have the Six of Swords reversed. And this card for me is talking about a mental block and sort of steering your way through that mental block. So often this card, when it's that way up, we're talking about leaving a situation, and you can see that, there's some turbid water here, and it's moving into sort of a clearer, freer position. However, this card here is, when it's in the reverse, it's talking about a different thing, and it can mean all sorts of different things. But for me, what I'm noticing is this mental block and a resistance to look at something in your life. So then we have some more reverse cards for you. We have the King of Wands reversed. So normally the King of Wands is really good because it's, talking about someone who's passionate about starting something, someone who's very good at getting things to happen. And we're seeing that in the reverse position. So for me, I've got this impression of you going around and round in circles when that's not what you want to do. But I feel like I'm really noticing the salamander eating its own tail. And there's a lot of fiery energy coming up. And again, the throat chakra feels really stifled, feels really kind of blocked. The freedom of expression for you is coming up. The passion, excitement, and things that you have about life, they feel like they're being blocked. So that's mentally, and this is also that passion of yours is being blocked. The Page of Wands is coming to talk to us again, and he feels like he's really kind of wistfully looking backwards, but he's also in that reverse position. He's upside down. It's like he's, again, we've got wands and swords, so it feels like there's a lot of passionate energy coming up for you, but it feels like it's stifled. It feels like that the idea of that passion, which is more heart-based, but it feels mental, like the block feels mental. He's looking to the past. He's not making headway. He's not enabling you to go where you want to go. That's pretty much what these cards. Now, don't get disheartened because we're working through this, and then we've come to a card that's not reversed. However, it's not one of the most positives in the deck. But this card talks, the Eight of Swords, talks about how your mind is keeping you hostage, that you're creating this, that you're the creator of the challenges that are happening and the things that, the anxiety that's being created, or the discontent that's being created in your both emotional world, as well as this feels like, again, she's wearing a lot of red. So it's all about passion. It's all about the sacral chakra. It's all about moving beyond where you think your talents lie. And this is, you may not be able to see the way forward. You may not be able to see how everything's going to pan out for you in the future, but it's time to let go of these mental constraints that you have had, because this inability to communicate is a mental construct of yours. You may want to get a piece of blue sodalite, blue canite, blue calcite. Blue calcite, very calming too. But it's about unlocking and freeing all of this wonderful sacral chakra, all of this communication, all of your passion, your dreams, what you want for yourself. It's about releasing some of this, about enabling it to be freed and express it to the world. And so let's have a look at the cards coming in for you now. And I want to put out nearly all of your cards. Let's have a look. Oh, wow, I've got 2 elephants. That's interesting. I love that. Well, I was going to go somewhere else, but the elephants are drawing me because you will overcome any obstacles. So even though your tarot cards have been really kind of about the stuckness that's been happening, that's not the main theme of this. The theme of 2021 is overcoming the obstacles. And it's having that resolve to know that when something builds up that much in our life, it's spirit talking to us. It's spirit showing us that the way that we are moving forward is not the right way. The way that we are doing things is not the right way. And to learn from the past. And very, very important message for you in 2021. Big changes are coming in the sense that you're going to abandon the ways that you have done things. You're going to abandon the restraints that you've had on yourself. You're going to start surrendering to this higher power and building on that and building, with that. Coyote is talking about a wise fool. Accept your follies and find the teaching in them. So that makes so much sense because, again, it is when you understand the patterns that you've been engaged in the past, when you see that a lot of what's happening in your life is being created by your own beliefs and understandings, the way that you're mentally seeing your life, and also the way you're stifling your own creativity, your own passion, your own excitement, all of these things that want to bubble up and come to the surface, and it's kind of like you're blocking them at every single turn of the dice or throw of the dice, however you say it. But the wise fool is talking to you about saying, this is like the Fool card in the tarot. It's like, see the smile on the coyote's face. It's accepting that the things that you do in life, you've done for a reason in the past. It's not about berating yourself because you haven't known how to do it. You've been using the skills that you had up until now. But the wise fool is coming to you to say that you can change how you do things. You can change things up and learn from those experiences. And again, this is where the higher power is coming in. This is where the learn from the past is coming in and overcoming the obstacles, because you're learning throughout this whole process. I can hear the birds going crazy. We've got transformation. You are going through a period of intense transformation in 2021. And those cicadas that you can see, what I feel like, it's like you're going to notice where you're going and where you've been. And it's kind of like where you're going, then where you've been, where you're going, and then where you've been. And it's kind of like the past teaching you the present. The past is enabling you to find the way forward, which is really different from how you have been. Because in the past, what you have been doing is saying, well, this block is there, this block is there, this block is there, this block is there. And you've never identified why the block is there. Or if you have, it hasn't been a truthful enough look at it. It hasn't been you identifying yourself and your mental beliefs as the things that have blocked you, that have stopped you. And they've done that. Like, that's your spirit guides, that's your higher self. Not blocking you, but stopping you so that you'll learn the lesson, so that you can move forward without this stuff hanging on to you anymore. without these binds on you. You may not be able to see the way forward, but it's trusting this higher power, because those binds actually will just fall away. Because the thing about this card is it's all you're doing. This, and I don't mean to say that in a judgmental way, I don't mean that at all, because you're using the skills that you had. But in 2021, you see this for what it is. And that is so empowering. That is a really big transformation for you. This is talking about the never-ending story, because it's going to continue, you know what I mean? This learning, this changing. You're going to be able to find your own internal compass when you realise that a lot of what has been stopping you has been your own ego, your own doubts, and your own beliefs about your creativity, your passions, the things that you get excited about in life. They're the things that you have been stopping with your beliefs, with your mental blocks you've been creating. And Flamingo Spirit wants you to embrace this in between, because you may feel when you start to let go of these, the internal blocks, the structures that mental structures that you've used that have blocked your passion from moving forward. Look, you can see it's like it's at a stalemate. Those two cards, I want to pick them up and show you. It's like you've created a stalemate with your passion, because it's like you're looking at yourself but upside down, because you still don't see yourself. You still don't see the gifts inside. You still don't see all of this passion, excitement, all of this sacral chakra, creativity, passion, excitement, all that stuff, that fire element. You've been subverting it and turning it on yourself almost, which is that again, it's like you're making the things that are really great about yourself, you're making those into burdens. And this is a point where you come to this transformation where you start seeing that. You start seeing your own reflecting back at you. And you're seeing yourself for what you can be rather than what you think you are. And that is such a turning point for you. It's a wonderful turning point. Now I'm just making everything go all over the place. And this is this point here. Embrace the in-between, because you don't know this. You know, you've really struggled with seeing yourself clearly. Your higher powers, your higher self, they haven't. They've seen the internal anguish and struggle, but they know that you'll overcome it. They know that you'll accept your follies and you will learn from the past. But this in-between stage, you may feel like, you've got bright pink feathers on you and everyone is watching you as you grow. And that's going to be okay too. It's going to be okay to allow that to happen. Growth can be a little bit painful at times, but it also can be really joyous and pleasant, because we learn so much about ourselves. Now I've got a couple more cards to bring out for you. Let's see what they've... Rebirth. That's what I was talking about with the transformation card. You're really going into a period of rebirth. Shiva Lingam, I think, is also very good for creativity. And spring, it's that type of newness, a new energy that you're bringing in. So this is an amazing feeling. This also could be that during the spring you feel this transformation even more. And then we have rejuvenation, green tourmaline and plant. So very much around heart healing, and that feels like it's very much I feel like you really could use a green stone. It doesn't have to be green tourmaline. It could be green aventurine. It could be jade. Whatever you're really drawn to. It could even be, something else that you find that you, an agate or, whatever. But it feels like green is going to help you plant this idea of rejuvenation. And we've got a rebirth and spring. So like it's all of this growth. It's all of this newness going to happen for you. And this green is coming in. It's balancing out that fire. And in Chinese medicine, that green stuff, it's all about the growth and expansion. but we also want to bring in that heart-based energy, that fire. We want to bring those both into balance and calm and cool each other, like balance those energies rather than having this fire turn upon itself and create mental conflict and anguish. This is a great reading for you. You're going to have such a transformation in 2021, a big transformation, really internal big transformation, but it will be something that people see. They may not understand it in the beginning, but you'll know what's happening because you've watched this. You'll have lots of messages on the way. I feel that you're going to have lots of elephants come in as a spirit guide for you, or as a spirit messenger, spirit medicine, whatever that might be. But elephants are all about, that learning from the past, not forgetting, understanding. They have immense capabilities of moving through things, like such a great overcoming obstacles. Ganesh is an elephant god, and it's all about, or he is all about moving past and through obstacles. And that is something you are going to do in 2021. I've loved this reading for you, pile 4. If you have to, please give it a thumbs up. Please share with family and friends and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you watching and hope to see you again in the near future. Bye for now.